Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be going over the 9 games from Thursday, June 10th. Just a quick rundown of MLB games, and yeah, not too much other than that to jump into. So go down there, join the community, like, subscribe, etc., etc. First game of yesterday, we had the Dodgers 6, Pirates 3. I think I was reading this is the 13th game in a row that the Dodgers have beat the Pirates in. It ended a little bit short on a rain delay, but not a rain delay, but a rain game over. But that's about it. Urias picks up his 9th win of the season, where Keller gets his 7th loss. This game was a little bit close, about 3 innings in, but late in the game, the Dodgers added one here, in the 7th one in the 8th. And then the delay didn't give the Pirates 2 at-bats, which I guess could have made a difference, but whatever. Mookie Betts hits his 6th home run of the season. He seems to be starting to come around. There was an article about him heating up a little bit. He had a 2-hit. His average is now up to 2.55. On the other side, Brett Reynolds. It's his 10th home run of the season. And yeah, like I said, Keller gets the loss, 2.2 innings, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. A little short outing for him against the Dodgers, giving up a couple of runs. Nothing too surprised there. Urias goes 6, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks. They only have to use 1 inning pitched in relief due to the postponement or game over. But Dodgers take this win, and they sweep Pirates. Continue to keep that streak going. Brewers 7, Reds 2. So after taking a couple of losses here to the Reds, the Brewers finished things off with a nice, solid win that they need. Well, halfway through this game, they were down 2-1, and given how their offense has been, it was a little bit of a concern. Castillo on the mound, so normally you see a lot of earned runs for him. He does get the loss in this situation. So in that 6th inning, when the Brewers' offense finally came alive and scored 3 runs, he was definitely involved. 7th inning, they added 2 more, and then in the 8th, they added 1. So the bullpen for the Reds, accompanied with Castillo, who went 5.2, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. They're going to get the loss there. Freddie Peralta only lasts 4, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, so he's going to get the no decision, where Suter comes in. How they're using him in the bullpen now is pretty interesting. 2 innings pitched, 4 Ks for him. He's 7-3 on the season, but we all know how he was struggling as a starter at the beginning of this season. Vogelbach hits his 6th home run of the season off Doolittle, and Votto gets the solo home run, his 6th of the season, that had given the Reds the tie in the 2nd inning there, but it's not enough runs from the Reds on that given night. Phillies 4, Braves 3, and for the 2nd night in a row, the Phillies win this one in walk-off fashion. Bottom of the 10th, Gene Segura hits a nice bomb. It was basically so close to being a home run, but not quite. He had a nice 3-hit, 3 RBI performance himself, and so it was a nice performance. Home runs with Freddie Freeman, his 14th this season. He's starting to heat up a little bit. He had a 2-hit night, 228 batting average still a big problem with what's struggling on in Atlanta so far this year, between him and the bullpen and the starters. No home runs from the Phillies, and Zach Wheeler continuing to be a Cy Young style candidate. I know with DeGrom in the division it's going to be tough, but he's been lights out all season. He's a big part of why the Phillies are even hanging around in this division. 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and 12 Ks. Just a big outing. Ian Anderson, though, on the other side, 0 earned runs, 7 innings pitched, 4 Ks. So this one, it was 1-1 going into extras here, and then that 10th inning, 2 runs to 3. Like, it was a nice comeback by the Phillies, and they very much needed it over Atlanta. Tigers 8, Mariners 3. Tigers are at 3-1 after 2, and then the Mariners made it 3-2. Bottom of the 4th, Tigers came out and made it 5-3 or 5-2, and didn't really have to look back after that. Mariners only putting up 3 overall in the game. Haniger had a nice 2 home run night, but he can't carry this team on his own. He's up to 16 on the season, very much in the mix for home run lead. And then for Detroit, Jonathan Scope, he's up to 10. He's been fairly hot for 2 weeks in a row now. Rogers, he's up to 3rd, and Grossman, his 8th. So we had 3 home runs total for the Tigers, and Scope had a nice 3-hit night on his own. Alexander goes 2.2, 1 earned run, 2 Ks. Sheffield for the Mariners, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks. In the loss, he's now 5-5 on the season, and the bullpen comes in for the Tigers, ends up picking up the W. This is probably the biggest game of the night. Red Sox 12, Astros 8. This game was back and forth, runs being scored by the masses. The crowd in Boston was going nuts. I think it was full capacity, something like 23,000 or something people there, from what I remember. Gurriel, he hit his 9th home run of the season. Altuve, his 11th. And then for the Red Sox, we have JD, 13th of the season. Arroyo, his 2nd of the season. This was a big game for Boston because they had lost back-to-back to Houston. They lost the series to Houston last week in probably pretty bad fashion. It was 1-3. So picking up a win here is very important in this division that's going on in their offense. Then the big question mark against the Astros specifically, they just haven't been putting up these kind of games, and we know they're capable of it, and they did it here. Rodriguez goes 4.2, 6 earned runs, 5 Ks. This is going to be a big question mark for Boston Red Sox rotation. He's been not very good with his ERA at 6.03 now at this point. He had the no decision, though, so that's good for him. Greinke goes 3, 4 earned runs, 2 Ks in his outing, and both starters getting the hook early, not lasting long. But both got out with the no decision, so we're seeing the bullpens come in, and Houston, we know that's a little bit of their weakness. Boston takes advantage. Marlins 11, Rockies 4, and the Marlins got a 6th spot right in that 2nd inning, and they didn't look back. They got up to 11-0 at one point. The Rockies had a couple. Trevor Story making his return to the lineup for the Rockies. Nice 1 hit, 1 walk performance, so nothing. 2K raising for the Rockies. Rogers hits his 2nd of the season. Again, too little, too late, didn't matter too much. Duvall hits his 11th of the season, Chisholm his 8th, and Sterling Marte his 5th. So we see the Marlins coming out with quite a bit of home runs here, which is outside the norm for them. And then we see Trevor Rogers, who himself, we're talking about Cy Young, this guy definitely needs to throw his name in the ring. He's having a great season, 7-3 on the season so far, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and 8 Ks in this win. Very, very good in this. And we all know Marlins have a solid rotation. Gonzalez on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, 6 Ks in the loss, just getting beat up like crazy. Moving along, we got the White Sox 5, Blue Jays 2, and Ryu got hit early in this one for 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st. Coming off a Grandal home run was a big part of that. His 10th, Engel hits his 1st home run of the season in the 7th inning off the Jays bullpen. The Jays did bring it close. It was 3-2 after 6, but the White Sox added that home run I just mentioned, and then another run later on. And the bullpen can't really keep it close for the Jays, and the offense doesn't really do a whole lot. We have a couple guys with 1 hits, but no home runs, no nothing. Ryu goes 6, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks in the loss. He's now 5-4 in the season. Continues to give up basically a home run every game at least, so that's definitely a concern. With Robbie Ray on the team and other pitchers that seem to give up home runs, definitely a concern for this Blue Jays team. Dallas Keuchel, 5-1 on the season, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. His ERA is at 4.14. He had a rough month. Let's be honest. He had a rough month. We know what Dallas Keuchel is capable of. He won the Cy Young a couple years ago. He's had a great ERA last year. He really helped the White Sox last year, so we know what he's capable of. So just having 1 bad month over this long career, not going to hold too much to it. Liam Hendricks comes in, gets his 16th save of the season. Twins 7, Yankees 5. And the Yankees had this one. They were up 5-3 going into the 9th, and when you bring Chapman in, you're like, all right, no problem. We're going to close this door. But word is his velocity was quite down in this appearance, so that's definitely a room for concern for the Yankees. Stanton hits his 12th home run of the season off Happ in that 1st inning. Urshela, his 7th as well off Happ. So as we know, Happ kind of has home run issues. Stanton's home run was a 3-run shot, so at that point, they're up 3-1 after 4. 4-2 after 3-1 after 1, 4-2 after 4. The bottom of the 9th is when Minnesota hits their first walk-off against the Yankees, and who knows how long. Off of the bat of Donaldson, who hits his 8th home run of the season, a home run off of Chapman, and Cruz, who hits his 11th of the season. Both of these coming with no out. Cruz's is a nice 2-run shot, which ends up being the game-winning walk-off home run. Happ goes 5, 4 earned runs, 2 Ks in the no decision. King goes 3.2, 2 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts again in the no decision. The bullpen comes in for the Yankees, and they're using their good guys, and we think it's just going to be a walk to the finish. But Chapman, 2nd blown save of the season, and definitely a concerning outing for him. Next up, Royals 6, Athletics 1. And Athletics missed a chance to take advantage of a rare Houston loss these days, but they lose their own. They were 1-0 heading into the late innings in this game. But Kansas City put up 3 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th, so it was a bullpen issue for Oakland. Benintendi hits his 7th home run of the season coming in that 8th inning, and Solar hits his 6th of the season as well in that 8th inning, so that was a 2-run shot. Frankie Montes goes 6.1, 2 run-runs, 8 Ks in the loss. So in that 7th inning, he's in there, giving up. He gets tagged with the earned runs off the Luzardo home runs. Like the Luzardo gives up. Luzardo's home runs were in the 8th, but Montes gets tagged with some earned runs here in that 7th inning. They tried to stretch him out, I guess, a bit too long after Minor had gone 7, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. Minor gets the win here. And that basically breaks up the game. San Francisco Giants, Washington Nationals were postponed due to rain. And we also had that Pittsburgh game that was only 8 innings, again, due to rain. It's the first time in a little while we have an update on some injuries around the league, which we don't, it's been a little while since we did this. George Springer, he ran the bases. He's going to feel good. He appears to be on the doorstep of a rehab assignment, so it might be a little bit too late for the Jays to be making up this ground, but they're really looking forward to Springer coming back. Strasburg, Nationals, shut down throwing Thursday and now limited to lower body exercise. So Strasburg, he's back out, so that's a big hit to the Nationals. Nick Manigault, he's on the 60-day DL after a proximal tear in his right hamstring, and that was run into first against the Blue Jays the other day. Luke Voit could be in a minor league rehab as early as this weekend, which for the Yankees, they need guys back. They need their bats. They need to really start going here. Krylov exited second inning of the Thursday season finale. Ankle injury. Danny Duffy, he's now in bullpen session, so that's good. Trevor Story, talked about it in there. He's back, activated from the 10-day DL list. He joined on the Thursday game there. Trent Grisham for the Padres returned to daily drills, so he's going to be doing a rehab assignment, so that's good. Sonny Gray heading to the 10-day DL. Since Wednesday, he pulled his groin. Gallo, Ian Kennedy for the Rangers. Gallo was removed in the 8th inning. Again, another right groin strain, so it's just precautionary for him so far, whereas Kennedy is on the 10-day DL list, but it's retroactive all the way back to June 6th. Miguel Rojas for the Marlins took batting practice and told reporters that he's ready to go as early as next week. Moving along, and that's basically it for the injuries. Let me know what you guys think of the games yesterday, where you saw your games, any highlights that I might have missed about that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We will see you guys for the next video.